Welcome to Deroko Technology Company. My name is Nyaku Mavis, Deroko Technology Official. Today, our inventor, the great one, Deroko, will be giving a speech on assurance to walk all epidemic and pandemic diseases out of the world. Thank you.
Welcome to Deroko Technology Company. This is Roxanne Kojodebra, the end-time scientist in this world. Today, I would like us to talk about how Deroko Technology is going to work all epidemics and pandemics away in this world. It is possible. It is very, very possible. Diseases will be out of this world. In which way? Your Royal Highnesses, Secretary General of United Nations, distinguished head of state and government, ministers of government, ministers of neighboring countries, representatives of international bodies, members of diplomacy, CEOs, ladies and gentlemen. Director General of World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. Pandemic is an epidemic occurring over a very wide area, crossing international boundaries and usually affecting a large number of humans. Pandemics are therefore identified by their geographical scale rather than severity of illnesses. The contrast of annual seasonal influenza epidemics, for an example, pandemics, influenza. Pandemics have occurred throughout histories and appear to be increasing in frequency, particularly because of the increasing viral diseases from animals. Pandemic risk is driven by the combined effect of spark risk, where pandemic is likely to arise, and spread risk, how likely it is to diffuse broadly throughout human population. Some geographic region with high spark risk, especially West Africa, lag behind the rest of the globe in pandemic preparedness. Probabilistics modeling and analytic tools such as exceedance probability curves are valuable for assessing pandemic risk and estimating the potential burden of pandemics. In countries with institutions and legacies of political instability like pandemic can increase political stress and tension. In this context, outbreak response measures such as quarantine have sparked violence and tension between state and citizens. Pathogens with pandemic potential vary widely in the resource, capacities, and strategies required for the mitigation. However, there are also common prerequisites for effective preparedness, and once a pandemic has started, a coordinated response should be implemented, focusing on maintenance, public health messaging, reduction of transmission, and care for one treatment of the ill. Successful contingency planning and response requires surge capacity, the ability to scale up the delivery of health intervention proportionately for the severity of the event, the pathogen, and the population at risk. For many countries classified as poorly prepared, one surge capacity likely will be delivered by foreign aid providers. This is a tenable strategy during localized outbreak, but global surge capacity limits that likely will be reached during a full-scale global pandemic as higher capacity states focus on their own populations. Risk transfer mechanisms such as risk pooling and sovereign level catastrophe insurance provide a viable option for managing pandemic risk. Spending and cost specifically associated with pandemic preparedness and response affect are poorly tracked. Provision of all these things do not mean much to satisfy the anger of pandemics, and we will continue to spend time, money, etc. to create varieties of many to fight against pandemic from generation to generation. Still, it cannot put an end to the issue of pandemics. And pandemics will not stop killing people until the world accept the most complete AI device invented by Deroko to sweep away pandemics and, of course, put an end to it. Once the device is accepted in all countries on the world, there will not be pandemics in this world again. Never and ever again, I promise you. Obviously, pandemics have been very wicked and deadly to our health. Its presence have disrupted lifestyles, negative economic impact, not seeing family or our loved ones, and many more. This have infected millions of people, causing widespread serious illness in large population and thousands of deaths in the world. Recently, pandemic have had far-reaching effect on the world's largest economies and amplified the need to estimate the full extent and range of social economic impact of infectious diseases outbreak of multi-sectorial industries. This systematical review aims to elevate the socio-economic impact airborne and droplet-borne infectious diseases outbreak on industries. Both governmental and non-governmental organizations have spent trillion amount of money on research work and many others mean to protect the world against pandemics and epidemics, yet still pending. Today is good, tomorrow we can't best tell. No one has come out to tell us about our safety tomorrow. Concerning pandemics, no assurance, none. This means we are not safe. Everybody isn't safe, full of fear and panics, and we are unhappy today and tomorrow as well. Pandemics can cause sudden widespread of morbidity and mortality, as well as social, political, and economic disruptions. The world have endured several notable, a world in which everyone can live healthy, productive lives, regardless who they are and where they live. Here we are, full of fear, of panics of tomorrow. Our future is not guaranteed. We should all understand that the battle we wage is not for ourselves alone, but for all true global citizens. Everybody watching me, hearing from me, should be concerned global citizen, for we don't know what will happen after this moment, tomorrow and the next day forward. Not talking plainly, Deroko has invented a safety way of solving this pandemics and epidemics issue in this world. The biggest thing in this issue is closely associated with the air we breathe in and out, and that's why I am here on the screen. I have to make every air we breathe in this world safe for breathing, as well as the atmosphere free from pandemics and epidemics now. Many attempts have to be made to treat the air in which we breathe by scholars all over the world from antiquity. None of them have arrived at the expected result from generation to generation to our time, and I see myself to be the chosen one who have come, the last one of them, to take the polluted air to a better level, to make the air mix with poisonous gases and makes it fresh, one say oxygen, to support nature. I mean, to make the phenomenon to perform the same functions as trees. The world can be protected by bringing in the powerful AI device called the air sieve to eliminate all toxic substances in the atmosphere. Then I'm trying to tell you that we must change all cars to plant to perform a specific function to help nature. Without doing that, the world is not safe. The world is not protected from dangers or minerals mixing the wind or air in which we breathe, and toxic substances from crude oil, I'm talking of petrol, kerosene, etc., cannot be taken in by plant. So we need to come out with a special device that will filter the air and produce oxygen. In my palm is the light, the typical evidence of the new age inventions of Deroko. This light to a safety, healthy, and productive life to the world. Welcome to the new world.